What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with another Danmachi video. Now, today we're going to be talking about Wind Zone. We already talked about Fire Zone. We're going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to improve that score right there. That score is going to come up a little bit. It's because we were memeing with that last team. But this one, we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail, and I feel like we could do pretty good with this team, because in my practice run, I kind of messed up. I didn't have the right units in certain places, so we didn't get kind of the scores we needed. So we're going to go ahead and run this as is and kind of see what we get. Now, I will be the first to say I am using the, I'm going to go ahead and swap. Well, yeah, because as nice as that would be, I guess she's got more magic. We're not going to do that many AOE attacks. We're going to be focusing more on single targets. So what I really think would be better here is to go ahead and use the Freya Assist. I know Freya Assist is max limit broken. I know you guys don't like to see MLB assists, but what we're going to be doing, the main focus on this, is to see how well ALISE works with the two units that I think need her the most. That's Krazo, because remember he has no strength or fire buff, and Filvis, who has no strength or fire buff. They both have debuffs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and see how these two work together in this regard. Now, to do this test, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and swap her and her spot. Filvis does minus 50% fire resistance, so she's going to really take the wind out of the skeleton sails. And Artie, I did it again. ALISE, while she does do strength and magic 60% and fire damage 60%, we're going to rely on Harahime's 100% strength and magic to really kick this off. So let's go ahead and jump in here and see what we're looking at. Now, this team should look pretty similar to the things we've run before. This shouldn't be very different whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and do a big defensive buff here. And I'm going to go ahead and rely on her single target attack going forward. For her, I'm going to go ahead and do her single target in this turn, and we're going to come back and do her AOE with that big buff on the next turn. And that's going to help us out a lot. All right, girl. I need you to... That can happen. That can happen. We are running a +2 unit and in 7th zone, and this is a hard-hitting unit, so we'll just restart this. We'll just go back in. It's no shame in that. It's no stamina cost. It's a thing. Every once in a while, these units, they just pick somebody, and they're just like, I am going to just absolutely ruin this person's day. Wham, 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 they're dead. And then you just got to start all over. It's the reality of these runs. I'm just going to be honest with that. 100%. So we're back to where we picked up. Let's go ahead and do this. And so long as he doesn't just pick on Filvis, we'll be fine. Perfect. So on this turn, we're going to go ahead and do the physical and fire resistance debuff. I know fire resistance is already down 25%, but we need to reduce the reduce the physical resistance, a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and do Flaming Charge. This is going to give everyone a critical rate and penetration rate increase. And we're going to go ahead and do this to give counter rate increase. Though we don't necessarily need her penetration rate increase, we definitely need her counter rate increase for those heals, as you've kind of already seen. So let's go ahead and do this. And what we're working our way up to here is a 2 double SA. We're going to do double SA with ALISE and Harahime. So we're going to go back and do Yosuga, and we're going to do our single target attacks on all of our units just going forward from this point. Bam. Get it. Get it. All right. Now, I don't have the Hestia on here that increases AoE damage. That would help us out in our SA. But if I'm honest, because Krazo came in late, it's not going to make that much of a difference. I really need the assist that I've got on him a little more. Though, to be fair, I could put her on here, and then that would increase him and Filvis. So, I don't know. We'll see what the numbers are, and we'll kind of talk about that after the fact. So, buffs and single targets, and on a turn 6, we're going to do a double SA. Bam. Get it. Alright, so Haruhime SA, ALISE SA, and single targets for these two. Lego. Now this is going to give us 100% strength and magic and 60% fire damage. And that's going to be super clutch going forward. Super clutch. You'll see. You will see 100%. Alright. Now we're not really worried about the numbers that she's going to produce. Oh, the numbers should be pretty decent. Let's see. Let's just compare. Let's just do a little comparison here. 486. 486 with a double SA. Now, let's compare that to what Philvis and Crosso produce and see maybe it actually might be worth doing SAs with her going forward. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go ahead and build up our double SA and see what happens here. So do you remember these are AOE? All three of their AOEs, or all three of their SAs are AOE attacks. So they're very poorly designed for this fight. Those you can already see we're taking him right the hell apart. Most of these are doing their single target attacks, to be fair, too. But let's go and do our double SA here in a second. I believe turn 11 will be when we get it. Bam. I mean, just wrecking this dude out. We're probably going to get an S clear out of this. Honestly. Let's see. Now, we are debuffed, which sucks. Not a whole lot we could do about that with this team build. But, I meant to do the double SA. Ugh! That sucks. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Alright. So I should have done their double SA last turn. I'm going to do it this turn. Let's make sure there's nothing falling off here. Nope. Everything looks good. Everything looks really good. Yeah, so it's only the debuffs that have the capability to fall off. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Now, we had just south of 500k before, so let's compare. Oh, you know what? I think her SA, though... I think her... honestly, I think her SA is one turn, so we would have to do Yosuga. Another major oversight. That is going to cost us, so... 300k there. But I kind of expected that. She's only +2. Crosso is max limit broken and fully ascended. And I think he's had a little bit in his weapon, too. Not fully ascended weapon, but it's got a little something. What you got? So, interesting. I'd have to go back and look at things like criticals and penetration and all that. But immediately right out of the gate, strangely enough, ALISE hit harder. And let's see what old boys... So fire resistance is down 50%. Yeah, see the fire resistance fell off. So we would need to do another... I mean, he's dead this turn anyway. So our numbers could have been a lot better. But, I mean, we cleared it. What can I complain about, right? I mean, it's a done deal. We probably could have gotten some higher numbers out of that, though, had I done this right. So we got 11 mil. 11 mil. Interesting that. I'm going to go back and reassess the footage and see if there's something I missed here. So upon further inspection, the 543 is with critical and penetration. So that ain't so bad. I did expect a bit more out of him, if I'm completely honest. But I think some of our buffs and debuffs fell off. Plus, I didn't have the extra buff for AOE damage, which would kick that probably up another 50k or better. So there's still a lot available in here. Just lost something in translation. Now, If we compare that to the numbers we got out of ALISE, let's go back here to ALISE's time code. There we are. I believe this is the actual fight. There we go. So her 486 was also with critical and penetration. So if I'm honest here, it might actually be better to do Haruhime, then Filvis, and then double up essays with, I keep calling her Artie, with ALISE and with Krazo. So that would have actually produced even more damage, even better results. But either way, we S-cleared it very easily, and we left a little bit left on the table, too, as far as damage is concerned. So I would definitely say ALISE is holding her own by a huge margin, by an absolutely stellar margin. The numbers on these units just speak for themselves. If you do not have ALISE maxed, definitely go max her out before the end of this event. She is going to be absolutely stellar for the fire team. Pretty straightforward stuff. Like, an AOE team beat a single target in less than 15 turns with more damage left on the table to produce. I almost feel like if this was an AOE, it would have been so unfair to those. I mean, the fire team is just ridiculous. Again, I feel like every time they try to like buff other teams, they just take the fire team and they're just like, here, have the best units of the game. She's so bloody good. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section down below. I was frankly shocked by how quickly we killed the dude, especially with how sloppy the run was. There was still a lot more left out there as far as raw damage assessment is concerned. I could probably take a little bit back from Filvis and start producing more damage with those units because, frankly, when it comes to her, all I'm using her for is a debuff. So maybe there's more out there. So just for the sake of argument here, I did go ahead and do one more little test. And I've done an essay with Haruhime and a separate essay with Filvis. So everybody's got their 100% essay gauge charge. We do have the 50% fire attribute down. That has left him 45% down on physical, which is going to be good for both our units that are both physical. 110% down on fire. And if we're able to get another essay out, which I seriously doubt, sincerely doubt, we'll have another physical debuff. But unfortunately, I don't foresee us getting there. But, he's down. He's not 4 million damage. Actually, I take that back. We'll probably get there. So, let's see. And just to showcase this here, we do have strength 100%, though my units are debuffed. How long does that debuff last? 3 turns. So take the debuff into mind when we're going and doing this double essay, but let's go ahead and do it here and see what kind of numbers we get. And let's compare it to what we had before. Now, once again, like I said, there is a debuff, so we can't expect miracles, but hopefully we get numbers at least close to what we had before. Maybe. Bam. Ooh, yeah, actually, nice. Very nice. She would have hit way harder had she not been debuffed. It's more than 600k if she hadn't been debuffed. So that's really nice. And Krazo 609. So they probably would have hit for about the same amount. And they have a combo attack here, which is super nice. So this is actually the better, as I kind of was surmising here at the end of the last run, a better way to go about this. A collective 1.3 plus million damage accommodating for her essay. So let's see if we can get one more double essay out of this beast. Sheikah, let's do her single targets, and let's build it up one more time. Now, to be fair, this is not a recipe for an S-clear at this point. Though, to be fair, let's see how much damage she got left. 1.4 mil. Let's see. I could just do... Nah, it's not going to be enough to take him down, but I would still get the S clear. Tough call. Well, you know, honestly, I wouldn't get... Well, yeah, we get the damage test out of him. Let's see. Is she still debuffed? She is debuffed once again. He is not. Let's go ahead and do the essay here. And let's shoot for the S clear on this one. So here we go. This is the attack without doubling up, which should still be fairly close. It's a good buff, but it's not the end of the world to be doubled up. Bam. Not bad. Now, one thing to bear in mind here, one thing you definitely should always keep in mind here, the numbers that you just saw with ALISE, that is with her at +4. So she'll actually hit harder than Krazo after all the buffs are in place. So she's 100% worth max limit breaking. But I wanted to come back and go ahead and add this little bit in here at the end to kind of go ahead and assess the difference. So definitely, if you're going to do this again, do your first essay with Haruhime, do your next essay with Philvis, and then do a double essay with Krazo and with ALISE. So very viable, that good results. I'm going to go ahead and splice this into the information we had before. And now that is most certainly going to be the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you hit the little thumbs up button. And if you're impressed, definitely make sure that you try to max limit break her before she goes away. I've told you guys she was awesome. I know a lot of people have gotten screwed on the banners. But if you feel like you have, and I don't blame you, definitely in the comment section down below, hashtag 3rd anniversary shaft. It sucks. I really feel like they've done dirty on the banners. We'll talk about that. That's its own video. I wanted to come here and show you the kind of damage she's capable of producing, and we'll talk about that and star bonds and what you should be doing with all this going forward, probably in tomorrow's video. But that is the video for today. Like, comment, share. I'll catch you on the next one.